Good evening, everyone. Replay viewers, how you doing? Just going to say hello to everybody who has joined in early. Good evening. Hi, Paul. You're probably not on the page yet. I can see some people in the comments section already. If you're watching this on the replay, rapidexecutive.com/live is where we find all of the details for this evening's proceedings. We also have a chat set up there. You can jump on the YouTube after the fact and chat to me on there as well. We are coming through live for those watching live as well. It's a little bit early, so we've got about 10 minutes to hang out, to chill out, to go through the start of what we're going through this evening, which is going to be all about your website. How do you build a $0 website in 5 minutes? How do you build a $100 website that's competing with those $1,000 websites out there, or thousands of dollars websites out there you can do yourself? Get that done in a day. And my bonus special, awesome, best tool in the whole world ever. I can't wait to share with you as well. We touched on a little bit last week if you were hanging around last week as well, but we will go through it again this evening. It's super cool. As well as some special surprises at the end. So if this is your first time, hang around towards the end. We'll be going through some special stuff this week as well. Something very excited to share with you. Just make sure all of the chat boxes are open. If you're watching this on the replay, you can chat in the YouTube channel. If you are watching this live, you can chat in rapidexecutive.com/live. We have the video at the top and the chat box underneath. We did have some people have some dramas with the mobile chat via Google on some devices. So g'day, Paul. If you're in here already, I can see some people starting to come in. Great. Love the early birds. It means we get to have a quick chat before we jump into the details. Got a really cool presentation tonight. I have way too many slides to get through, so I'll fly through them. I'll skip over a couple. But feel free to stop me and ask any questions along the way as well. What are you guys up to this evening? If you are joining live, rapidexecutive.com/live is where you'll see the video and a chat box. You can chat in the Google Hangout window as well on YouTube. Just make sure that that's all running fine. If you are on a mobile, some people have some dramas with Google Chat on the mobile device, so I've set up a special chat window for people having trouble that do want to watch it on a mobile device at rapidexecutive.com/live. So jump on there and we can have a chat there as well. This is an interactive session, so your comments are appreciated. Your questions are welcome. We'll go through those. We hung around for quite a while last week answering all the questions. Chat box stays open for a couple of hours and we can chat in there as well. If you need help with your idea, validation, checking your market, competition, we even went through, I think, some Facebook ad stuff last week with a couple of the guys. I've still got the previous comments up there, rapidexecutive.com/live, if you want to have a look at the last couple of sessions and the chat conversations. Talked about garlic presses last week, which is hilarious. For those that know all about that Amazon stuff. Yeah, really got through some cool stuff. So if you do want to ask any questions this evening, rapidexecutive.com/live is the best place because you can watch the video and chat below it as well. If you are a seasoned pro with Google Hangouts, there's obviously a chat box in there, but it means flipping between the two things. And some people have some dramas with that. All right, guys, I can see you all coming in now. Hi, let me know where you're coming in from. We will kick off in about 5 minutes. But we're here to have a chat early on. Say g'day, where you're from. My name is Nathan. I'm from Rapid Startups down here in Perth, Western Australia. We have been running a meetup in person and online for the last, g'day, howdy. We have been, I think we're 2 years strong now. We go through, we use a bit of a framework in our meetup. So each meetup session that we have is one of the days of Dan Norris's 7-day startup. Try and give it a bit of a structure throughout. People can follow along and move their business along. Or if you want to speed that up, grab the book and jump right in. It's a fantastic book. I've done that myself, followed it twice, 3 times actually now. with success, get my first customer in a week. So Anonymous268, you can click on your name and change it to whatever you like. G'day. We have Paul from Chewett Hill. Welcome back. How are you this evening? Nice to see you. Paul and his 8,000 websites. Barry. G'day, Barry. Barry from Perth. Welcome back. I know Paul was on last week as well. Paul has, I think in the last year or so, I didn't think, was it a year? You bought a whole heap of online properties that you're working through at the moment, trying to monetize. Very exciting stuff. So we'll obviously go through some of the online tools this evening. Might even jump on some of the things that Paul's doing with some of his sites to try and monetize those. He's driving traffic. He's looking at conversion rates. He's doing email lists. He's doing affiliate marketing, things like that as well. So really cool stuff. And I think he is getting a lot out of these sessions as well, as far as, I mean, he can tell you himself, but as far as the tool set, the tricks and tips and the secrets that are around about at the moment that are actually converting stuff a lot better than what most people talk about. All right, a couple minutes, guys. So if you want to introduce yourself before we jump into the presentation, rapidexecutive.com/live is where we have a chat box set up where you can watch the video above and chat underneath. We'll be kicking off in just a minute. We'll go through a presentation. I've got a whole bunch of cool goodies to share with you this evening, including a couple of specials at the end as well. Something very exciting I'm launching this evening. So I'd like to show you guys behind the kimono of that as well. Open the kimono for you. Right, people piling in. Let us know where you're from. Thanks, Paul. Sure, I'm getting great. Whole lot of great info. Good stuff. Good stuff. I love this stuff, guys. I live and breathe by business stuff. I'm a huge fan of online things. I'm very much a nerd from way back. So discovering this sort of stuff and these communities online is fantastic. Great fun for me because I just get to geek out with you all about this sort of stuff. Stop trying to scare us. It's great fun. It's great fun. We'll hang out here for about an hour. I have to jump off after this with my team. I meet them online as well after these sessions. So I do have a hard stop after this, but we will race through this session this evening. And when we're done, we'll jump into some comments. So let's kick off. My name is Nathan. I'm from Rapid Startups down here in Perth. It's a meetup group that we run fortnightly in person and weekly online. You are on one of the online sessions at the moment. If you're watching this live, you can jump onto rapidexecutive.com/live and you can chat with us there, ask your questions, feedback anyone. G'day, darling downs. Fantastic. Good to see you all, guys. Let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're coming in from, whether you're local, whether you're overseas, interstate, anywhere. I'd love to hear all your new voices, where you're coming from, what you're up to, where you're up to with your business. We meet weekly and go through basically every step you can take to go from no idea or 50,000 ideas, in the case of most entrepreneurs, to validate that idea, find your core market, get yourself built, validated, an MVP, named, legal, up and running, and launched for your first customer within a week. I know I've done it a few times myself. We've shared these steps. We follow some of Dan Norris's 7-day startup to give us a bit of a framework to what we're doing. And effectively, we meet in person. It's a bit of a mastermind and help each other get through those phases of our business, whether it's an online business, whether it's a products business, whether it's a coaching business. We've even had a yoga studio, a couple of mobile apps, lots of different businesses. This framework will fit all of them. It's all about marketing in 2016, websites in 2016, technology, markets, and finding people, your core, your niche, your peeps, and effectively getting all that down to the core of your business, which is converting those to sales. So we are at day 4. This is the, by far, hands down, the most popular of our sessions, our online sessions, day 4 being build your site. Now, there's a few reasons for that. I'm aware of several of those, and we'll go through a couple of those, but effectively everyone thinks that a website is key to their business. Now, of course it is, but it doesn't mean you need a website to start. It doesn't mean you need a website to keep going. It doesn't mean that your half-built website with a password on the front is stopping your business from going live. You can get sales without a website. I can get sales from an e-commerce business without a website. All you need is an email address and a credit card. So let's go through a few slides this evening. I'll take you through exactly how you can start with nothing, a free online landing page to capture people's emails that you can effectively start. You can build buzz for your product. You can have somewhere to land people effectively for free if you own a domain, even if you don't. We'll jump through that. Then we'll get through the $100 startup version of a website. So minimum viable product to get yourself up and running. And that would include a landing page. It can include all your hosting. It would get you a fantastic, amazing looking website. And you may even want to run webinars. You may even want to do membership sites. You may even need to do some paid content. All those things you can do for under $100. So I'll show you that as well. And I do have 2 special bonuses for this evening. So I'm going to jump through my favorite, absolutely the best tool I've discovered in my years and years online. It's reasonably new. It's not been around for that long. 18 months, I think, is when they launched. So they're probably on their 2nd iteration of customer feedback. The tool is amazing. Can't wait to show you that. I'm going to show you a special launch that I'm doing soft this evening for you guys, secret launch for you guys that you can have a look at. G'day, Shane from Perth as well. Guys, if you are coming in this evening, if you're just stepping in now, rapidexecutive.com/live. The video will continue, so if you jump on that, you have the chat box underneath if you want to ask your questions or give any feedback. And we will jump into this evening's session. Stick around to the end. The replay will be around for 2 to 3 days after tonight's session, and then it cuts over to next week's to refresh. G'day, Gavin. All right, so we'll jump on this. We'll run through these. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. rapidexecutive.com/live. Hello, and we can chuck them in there. G'day, Talia. If you have questions about specific slides, I'll try and feed them into that. If you do have a general question, chuck it in there, and I'll come back to it afterwards. So they'll still be there. I'm going to flip over and share my screen with you all, and we'll get started. G'day, Simone. All right, hi everyone. Now, we will jump through a few slides. These are to give you some visual aids only. This is not death by a PowerPoint by any means. I'm just trying to show you a bit more of a shared screen, a bit more of an interactive version of stuff rather than just staring at my head. So, as I said, lesson 4, we're looking at building our site. And one of my favorite quotes at the moment, I actually read listened to, I should say, because I'm an absolute prolific listener of podcasts. I listened to a fantastic podcast today. If you guys are in the Facebook group, I shared that podcast over. It was absolutely the best 20 minutes I've spent on my business this year. This quote from Farrah Gray pretty much summed up that episode as well. It's been on the back of my mind. I heard this podcast today with Sellercast. It was fantastic. Basically, build your own dreams, or someone will hire you to build theirs. I absolutely love that quote. Okay, so that's what we're talking about this evening, is how to build your own thing. And that may start with a website. Now, in the last session, you can grab the last sessions by clicking on the YouTube link, subscribing. It'll give you the previously played lessons. I'm also going to show you how you can get all of them in one go tonight as well. So stick around to the end and I'll share that with you. But last session was lesson 3, getting legal, getting your business started. We talked about your name, naming your thing, how to find out if it's taken. And we'll quickly run through a couple of these this evening before we get into the main event, which is the $0 website, the $100 website in a day. We talk briefly about what a landing page is, the anatomy of a landing page, so what you need to have as the core components on there. Quickly touch on things like hosting and themes and plugins, which some of you may have heard about before. They may be confusing for some people, but we'll simplify those right down. Stay to the end, as I said, because we will quickly jump on a little piece of last week's interim lesson. Landing page secrets, I need to share these things with you. They're fantastic. I also have another special launch surprise I want to show you as well. Now, as we do every week, we start with your why, because eventually it will become a job, no matter what it is that you're doing. If you're growing a business, nice and easy. G'day, Eddie, Inglewood, checking in from Inglewood. Nice one. Nice to see you, Eddie. Great chat with you the other day. All right, so back to the presentation. We have, every week we talk about this. It's so key. I experience this at least once a week, where I'm absolutely loving and enthralled in everything I do. I love business. I love building businesses. I love building online businesses. I love helping people build their businesses as well, talking about it. My wife says that I'm constantly talking shop. For me, it's not shop. It's my hobby. I love it. It's fantastic. Crossed that with 2 nights ago. Again, I hit my midnight threshold of I really should go to bed, and I'm still packing orders for my e-commerce business. And absolutely crossed my mind at that time that I wish I didn't have this last order. Now, that's silly because I love helping the customers. I want them to have these products in their hands. I also am getting paid to do it, but it still feels like a job at 12 o'clock when you're packing orders. And having said that, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. So it's important to do what you enjoy. Now, we briefly touched on the business models and archetypes. I won't go through this too much. You can grab a copy of this with all of the real world examples I've collected up here. Basically, most of these are a case study you can go and check out. We covered off the market size, the ease of entry. So if you're not sure where your idea is yet and you wanted to put it up against a bit of a model and check what would fit for you, then you can throw your idea up against these and see what sticks. I love Richard Branson, but he really did nail it with this quote. I'm not exactly sure if it was him that originally said it, but I know it's definitely tagged against him at the moment. A fantastic quote. Screw it, let's do it. Let's start a business. Let's get legal. Let's get done. So this is a bit of a recap of last week's. There's about 2 to 3 slides here, so we'll just quickly jump through them. What do you name your business? What do you name your thing? What do you name your product? Every one of the top 25 brands in the world is 12 characters or less. Doesn't mean you can't be 13, doesn't mean you can't be 50, but just bear that one in mind. Can you find out right now if your idea, say your idea is rapid startup like mine, do you know which of the domains are available? Is rapidstartup.com available? Is it is the Facebook available? Is the YouTube available? Is the Instagram profile available? This cool tool, namechk.com, will give you all of that on one page in about 3 seconds. A fantastic tool. I discovered on here that when I was doing this test for you guys 2 weeks ago, that the Instagram profile for Rapid Startup was available. It's now not, because I saw that. Fantastic. I need that one. So cool tool for naming your thing. If you're an Australian business, getting legal can be done online with incorporator.com.au. There's a little link there. They'll buy me a coffee if you do that. I love that site. I've used it 5 times now. All of the students in the class have used it as well if they were just getting started. Saves you hundreds of dollars, saves you hours, if not days, on jumping between the different government departments and local business registrars and things like that to try and get all the information into ASIC and to the ABR and to the government, things like that. So all of that can be done on one page. Probably takes you about an hour, costs you about $600, and you are an internationally recognized Australian incorporated company. If you are looking for something more global, obviously the US Patent Office is where you can search, and Google is your friend as well. As I said, Incorporator, fantastic Aussie company, fantastic Aussie sites, incorporator.com, and they have a .com.au and .co.uk as well. Their award-winning tool is now being used elsewhere as well. We briefly touched on online banking and world. I guess this is global banking. I have an Amazon business, so I need funds in US dollars. I need them outside of Australia at the moment. So we looked at world first as well. Briefly touched on one of the most exciting topics in business, accounting. Let's just skip over that one. All right, so the fortune is in the follow-up. This week we are talking websites. Websites, landing pages, opt-in forms, squeeze pages, all that sort of stuff. So I'll just briefly jump back and say g'day to David. David here from Perth. We've got Frankito in again. Frankito, how are you? Homecooked.club, guys. If you are in Perth and you're looking to find some cool people to hang out with and have dinner, homecooked.club. All right, let's jump on. One of the simplest ways you can start to build your online presence of your business, whether you are an offline store, a coach, an executive coach, a life coach, any of those sort of things, even if you're offline, you need some way of capturing people's attention. To do that, marketing is free when done online and free and up. So you can start it free, but if you're not marketing to people online, it's very hard to get their attention. So even if you're an offline business, the best way to grab people is where the attention is, and that is online. Now, I love MailChimp. It might be Freddie. It could be Freddie that does it, but I've used MailChimp now for years. It's fantastic. It took me a long time to buy the paid version. I actually wrote a book about that. The day that I changed over, I made the money back by using the automated feature. So it's a fantastic tool. Now, MailChimp obviously is an email marketing tool. It's a way to build an email list. And what it can be used for, if you don't have a website or you want to get yourself a landing page to capture people's email addresses, is to do that with MailChimp. So this website is called a landing page. It's called a landing page, and we'll get into detail more because of the way it looks and the action that it takes users onto. So the perfect guide for your business. This is an excellent landing page. It's offering you something for free. It's giving you some value. It tells you what that is, what's included, a little bit of a picture here, nice little copyright notice down there, and an email address and sign up button. Now this page was created probably in about 8 minutes, because that's a standard image, in MailChimp for free. So if you go and sign up rapidexecutive.com/MailChimp, you can sign up for MailChimp and you can create this website in 8 minutes. Whether you own a domain name or not, you can get up and running with something to capture a headline, some details, and a sign up form, and start capturing email addresses for your business. Now, to access this website, the only thing about this being free is that MailChimp will allocate you a URL for that. Now, that's okay. You can share that URL in Instagram. You can share that URL in Facebook. You can share that URL in an email to somebody. You can even highlight it, add it as a link, and then say, here is my link with an underline, and not actually show what this strange URL is. But you will get a URL and a slash and some random characters. And that is the landing page that MailChimp will give you for free. And it would look something like that. So that is a $0, less than 10 minutes landing page that has the core function of a landing page, which is to capture people's email addresses. And it looks quite professional. So let's have a quick look at what a landing page really needs. So the anatomy of a one-page, high-converting website is obviously the title. So this is from my rapidstartup.io page. Start something meaningful in just 7 days is my title. My byline, I actually don't need a byline. My title here would have been Rapid Startup, but my byline is my main tag. I've got an image in the background, kind of gives you an indication it's some kind of businessy type thing, some kind of entrepreneurial thing. My content is minimal. I've got a little bit of detail here. It's quite small on this page, but it is a full page website, so it does look quite big on the full page. But a comprehensive self-paced course to find your idea, build and launch in as little as a week. So enter your email address here and you'll get day one. Cool. That is my call to action. So a landing page, the main thing is you're giving some Very simple detail, something compelling visually, and a call to action. One single call to action, not a go check out the blog, here's some ads, go check out my friend's thing, here's a picture of me, sign up to my Facebook, all those things are call to actions. On a landing page, you just want one call to action. What do you want people to do? Usually that would be give me your email address so I can find you if you run away. So that is what you would do. Now, if you need some inspiration for a landing page, if you wanted to build that MailChimp site, if you wanted to go away right now and you've realized that you can get your business up and running, start collecting email addresses right now, it's true, you can. If you want inspiration on what your landing page could look like, jump onto landingfolio.com and you'll be blown away by how amazing some landing pages can look. And if you jump onto MailChimp and have a look at the tool to create the landing page, you'll realize just how easy some of those can be. All right, a real website. Let's look at my favorite platform for websites. A very common one is WordPress. All my websites are on WordPress for now. I'll explain what that means in a minute. So if you are looking to create your website on WordPress, if you're already on WordPress, obviously you would need something like a web host. That's somewhere to house all the servers, do all the computation, things like that in the background. I've used HostGator and I've used WP Engine. So I started with HostGator. They were cool, they were great, they were fast, they were cheap. I ran into some issues with scalability, and I ran into some issues with cost once I had more than one site. I now have 53 sites, so it makes much more sense for me to jump onto WP Engine. Now, it cost me about $1,000 a year to have 50 sites. On HostGator, that would cost probably 3 times that amount, and that would be nowhere near as fast as WP Engine. They'll buy me another cup of coffee if you'd like to use WP Engine. But they are fantastic. Their technical support. I actually used to use, don't tell Dan Norris this, but I used to use WP Curve for a lot of my small WordPress changes that I required. They're a fantastic service. They really are really great. They were awesome for me when I was using HostGator because they understood HostGator and the technology behind that. They were able to log into my servers and fix all sorts of little miniature tasks. They're about $60 a month. Fantastic. Kind of peace of mind if you've got a WordPress site. When I moved over to WP Engine, their technical support is so good, they will help you fix your colors on your screen. They are fantastic. You raise a ticket and what normally turns out to be faster than what WP Curve used to do for me, they'll fix the problem. They're fantastic. So I can't speak more highly of them. All right, so how do we make our website pretty? Once we've got our host, we've got our URL, we can then jump into a theme. So some simple must-haves. These are some keys if you are looking to get a theme. So if you've got a theme already, fantastic. If you wanted to check your theme against this little checklist I put together, I've been through thousands of themes. I now have 2 theme frameworks that I use, Themify and StudioPress, which is Genesis. I absolutely love them. They're awesome. Themify is a bit more funky. They've got a lot of JavaScript, which I run into a bit of problems with some of the security functions in JavaScript. I know this is sounding a little bit technical. I'll just race through this. For those that are technical, this will make sense to you. But I need to use different themes for different types of websites, just based on the functionality and prettiness of them. And we can go through that a little bit later in the Q&A if you'd like. So 3 must-haves for a theme is that it has a simple layout, it's extendable, and has simple customizations. So simple layout is, you don't want a theme that has, if anyone has used Avada, it's a very, very popular, very common theme in WordPress. It's quite expensive. I think it's about $60 or $100, something like that. It is so cumbersome. The layout inside is their own proprietary layout. It's really hard to find the settings for stuff. it's full on. It's so heavy, and the performance is really bad. So I've used it, and I quickly jumped off it. Extendable. So are there other plugins that are familiar with your theme? So Genesis has its own ecosystem of plugins. If you go into WordPress, go into the plugin section and type in Genesis, there are hundreds of plugins that are built for Genesis. So that's extendable. That means that other people are aware of how the theme is put together, and they can even create plugins that are specifically useful against that. And the last but not least is simple customizations. This is the customize panel for the Genesis theme that I'm using on my Rapid Startup page. This content here, that whole window creates everything you see on that page, except the image in the background, which if I clicked back there, it would say background image, and you upload an image. Done. That is the whole landing page completely done on Genesis. If you took a standard WordPress theme, like the 2016 theme or 2015 theme or something like that, there's no way you'd be able to create something like this, especially as fast and as simple as that. Cool. All right, moving on. Do I need all those plugins? No. So plugins slow your site down. Apart from slowing your site down because they are loading up code onto the page, they're potentially asking the website, the server, and the traffic to do the same thing as the previous plugin did, etc., repeating itself over and over again. They also create security risks. So if it's an old plugin, hasn't been updated, someone finds a hole in it, that can be spread out across the interwebs in seconds, and everyone with that website can be found and those holes exploited. So be wary of using too many plugins. So minimum requirements for plugins is something to get your email list connected. So I use MailChimp for WordPress. Fantastic way of integrating your MailChimp forms on your WordPress site. Genesis extender I'm using for my Genesis things. Again, that's a fantastic way of extending your theme to make it drag and drop and all sorts of stuff. And two absolutely key tools, which you would use these even if you weren't using WordPress. So you need some sort of Google Analytics tagging on your page. So if you use Yoast Google Analytics, you basically put in your Google Analytics code and it will be synced. And Yoast SEO will give you some indication of how your search engine optimization is done. So no need to reply to any of those spammers that tell you that they can get you ranked on page 1 on Google in 5 minutes. Don't pay those guys. Don't reply to those emails. Send them straight to the spam box. Yoast SEO is a fantastic tool to get you the minimum viable requirements for the Googles and the Bings to find your website. All right, we are coming to the end of the main part of this. So I briefly wanted to touch on some advanced stuff for websites that will lead me into some very cool stuff that I've been working with as well. So you can create amazing looking landing pages for under $100 with something like Optimize Press, Lead Pages, or ClickFunnels. All of these are on $100. Lead Pages and ClickFunnels are a monthly fee. ClickFunnels is about $100 a month. But landing pages can be done with a plugin, or they can be done separately. So for a long time, I used Optimize Press for all my stuff. I still have several of my pages built on Optimize Press. It's got a fantastic drag and drop interface. It sits nicely on top of any theme that you've got in WordPress. It's great. It's a one-time fee. It's about $80. And it also includes a membership plugin inside it as well. All of the integrations with payments, so you can use credit card payments and PayPal and all that sort of stuff integrated in your pages. It's fantastic. So basically a one-stop shop for anything you need to build your website out. It takes a few days to build out any of the pages, but they look great, they function fantastically, and they sit on top of anything. So that's great. Lead Pages I didn't like. Now, this is a bit of a nerd coming out of me. A lot of people use Lead Pages, which I don't usually like going where everyone else is going. I also know that Lead Pages had some issues with Facebook and Facebook ads. Facebook sort of frowned on people sending people to Lead Pages, sort of saw it as a spam page. Lead Pages was a monthly fee. I didn't like paying that. And I also didn't like the way that Lead Pages looked on mobiles. So I went with Optimized Press for a long time until I discovered ClickFunnels. Now, I absolutely love ClickFunnels. Now, I'll tell you why. All right. So you can get sales in 60 minutes or less with ClickFunnels. So if we have a look at everything a modern online website or modern online business may need, email, DNS services, SSL, so secure certificates for being able to accept payments on your site, webinar software, carts and checkouts, membership sites, affiliate software. There's a whole raft of things goes on. So if you're using something like Optimized Press, they cover a lot of this stuff, not all of it. But if you were to go and buy these individually, you're looking at about $700 plus. You can do all of these with this fantastic new tool called ClickFunnels, and I love it. So I want to show you guys exactly how cool this tool is. So I have created a webinar demo for you to have a look at over at ClickFunnels. You can go to, it's not going to tell me the link here, which is unfortunate. The presentation, oh, actually it does show there. There you go. webinar.rapidexecutive.com/rapid-startup. This link is clickable if you guys have grabbed the show notes from this section, rapidexecutive.com/live, where you can get all the links for this. But I will flip over and actually show you how this works. So let's have a look at my demo. All right, how cool was that? That was everything you needed to get started with your website today. So I want to show you exactly what I've been doing with ClickFunnels. This is a live site, so give me a second while I pull it all up. And I want to show you exactly how much of a fanboy I am of ClickFunnels. Can you see that? I know it's back to front. It starts here. No hacker. It's a ClickFunnels t-shirt. I am that much of a fanboy. I apologize in advance. I'm a nerd and I'm proud. All right, so let's grab you guys here and show you my all right, this page, as you can see down the bottom here, if this is a little bit blurry for you guys, just give it a second, it will refocus. If you're looking at on mobile, I apologize, this is a wide screen. You might need to turn your mobile on the side. We did have some issues with this last week where we are trying to show a full page to people. But this page, as you can see, was built with ClickFunnels. Here's a little icon down the bottom. I've left this icon on. You can turn these off, but I've left it on so you can see exactly what I've done and used to put this together. So this template, I've changed the wording. I've added my video, which is a intro video. Let me flick over so you guys can see it. Just need to make sure I can see you guys at the same time. And that's my exit pop-up coming up saying, hey, register your spot. Now, this is an automated webinar. And for some reason, it's not showing you the drop-down. So in the drop-down, when I click this, and you guys can see it, if you go to webinar.rapidexecutive.com/rapid-startup, again, that link is in today's notes. If you want to grab that on rapidexecutive.com/live, there's a link there to grab the notes, and the link is in there. But webinar.rapidexecutive.com/rapid-startup, you can see this in action. Now you can watch yesterday's replay, or you can schedule a future webinar, and those are on tomorrow, which is my birthday, Thursday and Friday. Now this is an automated webinar. What I've done here is grab one of our fantastic sessions that we've had before as a bit of a introduction to this whole rapid startup process. And I've collected up our best content from the last few sessions that will continue to grow inside, but you register for this webinar. I take you through the introduction. We talk about what happens in the next few sessions, and then you can sign up to actually become a member and join the 7-day startup or the rapid startup membership group, which will give you access to all 7 days, all of the notes, all of the links, and access to myself to give you a hand to validate your business and get yourself launched. So this page took about 6 minutes to put together. The content mostly was there already. The look and feel definitely there. The exit pop-up there already. The webinar replay section, again, it's not showing up when I click on that on the actual video, but I apologize for that, but it would show up if you jump on there yourself. Again, webinar.rapidexecutive.com/rapid-startup will take you to there, and you can have a look for yourself. That will give you a webinar registration. If you clicked on the watch yesterday's replay now, it will take you to the replay screen. So who wants to see, let me just move my face back over so I'm looking at the camera. Who wants to see inside ClickFunnels and see exactly how all that gets put together? All right, I'm going to jump back to the comments, guys. So let me know how you're enjoying this so far, and how much more you want to see. If you've got any questions about the landing pages, how to set up a landing page, how to set up WordPress, how to find the best host, yes, please. Yes, please. Shane says yes. Paul says yes. I think that's a few people jumping on anonymous 268. If you click on your name, you can actually type over anonymous and type in your own name. So a few yes pleases. All right, so let's jump into my favorite tool at the moment, which is ClickFunnels. Where have I got that sitting? There he is. All right, let me share that out with you. Apologies for flicking around, guys. I've got 18 screens open to try and show you all this stuff. But these sessions are interactive, so I do want to give you as much value as possible. I can show you the actual tangible things that you can go and have a look at, all of the links, all that sort of stuff. So tonight's slides with all the links in there are available, rapidexecutive.com/live. I share all those slides. It's a PDF. You click the button and it downloads. You don't need to give me your email address or anything like that. It's not a squeeze page. It's literally, here's some cool stuff. I love sharing all that stuff. So let's have a quick look. Flick over it one more time, and I'll show you the back end of the coolest tool in the world. All right, so let me magic F11 button press that to make all the other bits and pieces go away. Now, the mistake I made last week when I was showing you guys some of these tools was I didn't talk to the comments while I was showing you, and found out halfway through that people were struggling with the blurriness of the size of the screen. So hopefully this week that looks better. Let's even zoom it in more. How is that? So Barry says he's keen to see more. Gavin's already booked my fantastic. Gary's booked a 15-minute session with me tomorrow. G'day, Gavin. Looking forward to chatting with you. It's my birthday tomorrow, so go kind on me tomorrow. All right, Barry, keen to see more. Talia says good stuff, entertaining too. Thank you very much. Let me know, guys, in the comments if you can read everything that's shared on the screen right now. Paul says nice and clear. Ooh, holy moly, what was that? Yeah, the screen looks fine to me, not blurry. Thanks, Shane. Gavin says happy birthday. Thank you. Talia says good, great. All right, so this beautiful piece of internet property. Yes, I'm a nerd. I'm going to keep telling you guys I'm a nerd. I love this stuff. I've worked with so many, thank you, Paul. I've worked with so many different online software products, website builders, all that sort of stuff. So many. I love WordPress. I think it's fantastic. I now need to say WordPress is a good friend of mine, but I've moved on. I've found a new lover, and that is ClickFunnels. So I don't need a website host because I can host everything on ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is really fast. I don't need I need to purchase URLs, but I can even have sub URLs within ClickFunnels. I don't need DNS because I can run everything through Cloudflare. I don't need to buy secure web certificates. If all this stuff means nothing to you, don't worry, it will later. And when it does later, you can realize that it actually doesn't mean anything because ClickFunnels handles all of it for you. So all these things that may trip you up later, ClickFunnels has already thought of them and already sorted them out. So this is a core funnel. This is one of the funnels that I have created. It's a auto webinar funnel. So all of these pages were already created when I chose to create new funnel and a webinar. So host a webinar. Do you want a live webinar or a replay? If I click to choose that one, it would go ahead and create all of this stuff that you see right here, along with the template, the pictures, the words, the copy that has proven to convert as well. So all you need to do is go and change it for the product or the webinar or the title that you are using for you. Barry says it's blurry for me, but my kids reckon I need glasses. Yeah, no problems. No problems. Everyone else seems it's okay. It could also be the screen that you are using as well, especially if it's on a mobile. I think it tries to scale the screen up. So that's as big as I can possibly make it and still show you. So apologies, Barry, but you might be able to jump in and have a look at this yourself as well at a later stage. So let's jump into it. So what is built into ClickFunnels? For the nerds, you'll see that it's already starting to tell you things like how many visitors you've had. These conversion rates down the side are built in as well. So ClickFunnels does its own conversion rate counting. So Google Analytics built into this as well. You can do it offsite, but effectively you want to know how things are converting. It'll do it all in ClickFunnels for you. It tells you the conversion rate. Inside of the webinar registration, we saw that page in action a moment ago. We can go ahead and edit that page, and I'll show you what the editor looks like as it comes up. I'm not sure how big this is going to be, so I apologize. But this is how it looks. So you've got green sections, blue rows, and orange for elements. So we've got a section at the top and a section down the bottom. We've got a row for the heading and a heading input in there. We've got a split row here, 2-column row that's called there. We've got a video element, a few titles, and the registration button. All this stuff was already built onto this page. I just went and changed the wording. That was pretty much it. We can go into the settings here and add, we can turn the affiliate badge off, like I said before. We can add our Google Analytics or our Facebook pixels in there as well. There they are there. And that's just a copy and pasting. And when we exit, oops, I can't see the page. There we go. Basically, really super simple to change those things. You can drag and drop everything around, but most of that stuff was already built into the page already. For a webinar, they also give you automated emails. So these emails were already set up. They've already got the title sort of tagged in there as well. So I haven't done anything with these emails at all. They were just created for me. And it knows the triggers for everyone. Here's the title of the webinar, and a standard email will go out. The webinar is starting now, and the webinar's title. A reminder, your webinar is on these dates. So it actually gives those a timing here. We can go and edit those. We can add our own images, things like that. If someone misses the webinar, ClickFunnels knows, and it will send them hey, did you miss the webinar yesterday? Starting to sound a little bit creepy, but this is really, really cool, really powerful. Think about this from the customer's perspective as well. I really wanted to see that email. I really wanted to see that webinar, but the kids got sick, or I had soccer practice and didn't realize, things like that. So a little email reminder with a link back to the webinar, you can go and watch the replay. Attended but missed the offer. So if you have an offer inside of your webinar, you can tell ClickFunnels at about halfway through this, or at 3/4 of the way through this, or an hour into my presentation, or half an hour into my presentation, I give people the ability to go off and buy my product. You tell ClickFunnels that whatever that timing was, around about, and if the person attends, doesn't get to that, they'll send them the offer via an email. Or if someone saw that offer but didn't purchase, they'll say, hey, did you see the offer? So just a bit of a gentle reminder a day after. So all those set up for me. I didn't do anything with these. These were already included. All right, so next page is a webinar countdown. So someone has given me their email address that says, woohoo, you're booked. A little bit of another little intro video there. Now the videos on these, if you guys go and check these out, the link is there, webinar.rapidexecutive.com/rapid webinar countdown. You can go and check the whole process out. So I'd go and grab the first page, rapidexecutive.com, webinar.rapidexecutive.com/rapid startup. That's that one up the top there. But you can see this whole funnel in action. But you will notice that the videos that I've used are actually for my Amazon funnel, but that's okay because they all lead to the same thing anyway. I just haven't updated them yet. So you guys are seeing this for the first time ever. I just wanted to show you something fully functional, but the actual broadcast is the Rapid Startup Validation, Ideation and Validation, which is the first lesson from our series. So it's the full presentation. That's the broadcast room. If they go and select a time and go at that time, they'll see that broadcast. If they go in and choose last night's replay, they get a different screen that looks slightly different. Limited time replay gives you sort of what's called a scarcity and urgency psychological trigger there, and it takes you to the replay. We also have, and this is the cool part as well, you guys can go and check this out. This is not available to everybody. I have not made this live to public traffic yet. So you guys are the only ones that have ever seen it. This, if I zoom in for you, is the full course. So what I've done is taken the best content from these sessions. I've put them all in one simple membership site where you can go and grab all of these things, all built in ClickFunnels. It's super, super easy to use. You can grab and watch them in order, watch them all at once. It's got the whole 7-day startup, or 7 days of the rapid startup in there, all for one price, and as part of what's called a one-time offer, which is one of the ClickFunnels terms. You can add some free coaching with me as well. So half price coaching, $297, normally $500. So all these things are included in ClickFunnels. There's that scarcity and urgency section again, gives you a bit of detail. All these things are built inside of ClickFunnels already. And this is the first time anyone has seen the Rapid Startup membership site. Cool. All right. So that is what the funnel looks like. Do you guys want to see the membership site? Barry says, that's better, thanks. It's clearer. It's clearer in YouTube. Turn the quality up though. Yes, so you can do that yourself in, if you're on YouTube, you can click on the quality button. It will take a little bit more of your bandwidth to do that. If you're on Wi-Fi, it can be a little bit slower, but that's okay. I'm on Wi-Fi here broadcasting this to you, so it shouldn't be too bad. All right, so who wants to see the membership site? Sneak peek, sneak peek. No one gets to see this. All right, so there's a membership access page that was built as part of this webinar funnel as well, which gives you your login page. It looks really cool. It's all built in, all the security functions, all the reset passwords, all that sort of stuff. your mouse is still noisy when you scroll. The mouse is actually under the table. I'm at a stand-up desk. The mouse is about a meter and a bit away from the camera and the microphone, so that's hilarious that it's so loud. I do apologize, guys. I will be back to our regularly scheduled mic next week once I fix a new issue I'm having with my new laptop, and we will have clearer sound. So I do apologize for the excessive background noise on the last couple of sessions. I apologize for my scrolling mouse. I have no way of turning that off. Right, so this is the login page. Not too much to see there, but all these things are built in. So all the functionality of logins and passwords and resets and registration, all that sort of stuff is all included. You can give people a secret login password and things like that for these as well. Give them coupons, all those sort of things are built in. There's some automation that's built into that as well. No, that's okay. That's okay, Paul. I understand. I don't like that background noise either, so I wouldn't call it petty. All right. So who wants to see the full membership site? Shane says, me. Gavin says, yes, please. All right. So this is what it looks like in the back end. So if you were to, if you decided you wanted to create a membership site or some sort of paid content site, something behind a paywall, something that's lessons or videos or guides or something that you want to give to people, even sort of a hidden link to maybe some sort of coaching page or a video page you want to share with somebody, something like that. This is how easy it is to do. So when I created this membership page, this was just a page. I had to add new step and create membership area. And it gave me introduction and your lessons here with a welcome aboard lesson already created and lesson 1 already created. And then it was just a matter of duplicating those once I got the template correct and adding the content to each. So for the guys that want special coaching, there's an application form to give more details, and we set out some goals and things like that, and that you would like for your coaching. So we want to get you launched. We want to get your site built. We want to get you to your first customer. So there's a bunch of stuff here, and this one is restricted access for the guys that have actually bought that additional offer. There is an introduction, obviously. Hey, welcome aboard. You're in, and some details there. And then each of the lessons. So lesson 1 is the ideation, validation, and your MVP, building your site. We talk about marketing, advanced sites like membership sites, go through a bit more marketing, which is the pre-launch, and launch to your first customers. So that's the 7 lessons so far. Obviously, it's growing content over time. Who wants to see inside? So I need to log in. Here's my secret free send access, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Oh, look at that. This is our introduction. This is our secret email address. Don't share that with anybody. To get access to me to help you along with this, we've got an introduction page and all of the lessons. You can search through this. You've got your dashboard, logging in and logging out. That's the introduction, and all of the lessons are available here. Let's have a look at marketing 2016. Here's the lesson up there. Gives you some details and obviously the PDF that you can download with all of the lecture slides and additional info, all of that link there. How cool is that? What do you guys think? I'm going to turn that over now. Whoops, wrong one. Sorry, guys. Flicking between all the different screens. So how long did that take me to create? I haven't heard anyone ask yet, but I'm sure you guys are thinking. I spent about 3 hours on the entire funnel. So obviously I created all that content up front. That took weeks to create all the content, all the videos, all of the Shane looks fantastic tool, really well thought out. It is. Yeah, you click funnels. Yeah, so good, so good. This funnel itself, end to end, so creating the webinar pages, the opt-in forms, all of the links, all of the offers, all of the content for that, putting in all my pictures, putting in all my links to my videos, the membership access, the products that come inside of this. We've got some product pages as well that are created. We'll have a look at the products sit inside of your order page. So this is, an order page is like a cart in e-commerce terms, but the products sit inside here. So you create your products, you link that to Stripe. I think I can show you this without giving you my Stripe IDs. Yep, so it gives you the Stripe indication there. So you can set it as a subscription or a one-time fee, the currency, all that sort of stuff, fulfillment emails, shipping. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's all built into ClickFunnels. It's so good. So all of these things, including the membership area. So the membership area, obviously, I put a lot more work into. So probably would have taken me about half an hour to create all of the webinar stuff, all the products and things like that. The membership site obviously spent a lot more time on that, getting it right, getting it look good, getting it easy to use. And the content has taken me weeks to put together. But the actual putting this funnel together probably took about 3 hours from end to end, and it's ready to go. How cool is that? All right, so Barry says, impressive. Paul says, so cool, it's almost icy. Nice one. Is that a dad joke, Paul? Looks fantastic. Gavin says, does ClickFunnels integrate with MailChimp or does it do its own email lists? Both. So really good question. I know I've zoomed out, sorry guys, but I will again zoom back in for you. ClickFunnels has its own email marketing. So this Actionetics is probably a little bit ahead of its time. It's I did have a play with it when I was on the full version, which I'm going back to probably about 2 months. I'll be changing back over to Actionetics and Backpack. I just wasn't ready to justify the additional spend at this point, but I will be definitely jumping back to that once I get rid of the other tools that I'm using, run out of time on those. So Actionetics is a email marketing tool. So MailChimp is probably a standard tool. Then you've got things like Infusionsoft, which is a bit more of a corporate level or higher end commercial version of an email marketing and products tool. It can cost thousands of dollars. It's really hard to set up, and it's extremely detailed in the way that funnels work, the way that attribution works, the way that these conversion rates and products and product pages and all that sort of stuff works. ClickFunnels does it hands down 1,000,000 times better, so much easier and way cheaper. Actionetics is their version of this sort of integrated email funneling. So they call it Actionetics because of the email automation stuff that we talked about before. So it knows, it tags people based on the funnel. Even Infusionsoft, it's really difficult to do that. Most of the standard tagging stuff is already done for you in ClickFunnels. You don't even need to set this up. If I was to go and use WordPress and MailChimp to set just this up, it'd take me ages, and there'd be code that I have to write to be able to do this sort of stuff. All that's done for you in ClickFunnels. So having said that, I don't use Actionetics at the moment. These emails are built in, but they're sent via my email service, which is still MailChimp. So in answer to your question, Gavin, does ClickFunnels integrate with MailChimp? Absolutely. So if I go and show you my SMTP settings, hoping it doesn't share my MailChimp. No, there we go. So as part of my Amazon, I'm only using one because I can use both for the same, because I have one MailChimp setup that I've got. I'm using this one. I've called it Amazon SES Jungle Booster because that's my Amazon side of the business, but I'm able to use that same MailChimp. So for that, I don't think I can show you anything else as far as integrations. There you go, MailChimp. So MailChimp, I've got integrated. The HTML forms are already connected anyway. If I go in that any further, you're going to see my API address. All right, so that is the integration, the back end of that. all the account billing, all of the payment gateways. I've got Stripe obviously integrated, but you can have a whole bunch of other. So you can integrate with Braintree. You can integrate with Infusionsoft, ClickBank, Entreport. There's a whole bunch of stuff. These are Taxamo is a new one. JVZoo I think is a new one as well. So they're constantly bringing on new stuff, which is awesome. The other little plugin that they've got on the full version is called Backpack. So if you wanted to run, I'll jump back to me. I think we've finished jumping through ClickFunnels. Stop sharing with you guys. The other thing that they do is affiliate stuff. So you might have seen websites that you buy something and it says, hey, would you like to get paid back for the sharing this out? Here's a URL, a link, or a quick link or a pretty link or something like that with a little affiliate / blah, blah, blah numbers after it. And you might get given access to a members area that would say, go in here and it'll track how many of people are clicking on your link and all that sort of stuff. So what ClickFunnels have done is build that into the tool. So as part of Backpack, you can add that to any website that you've got. So you can add a little affiliates link down the bottom, and the back end of that will be a whole membership area set up for your affiliates. So it does all of the login pages, it does all of those codes for you, all that stuff, and collects all the money and siphons off the money for them into certain accounts and stuff like that. And you can click send, or integrate it with your accounting software and all that sort of stuff, all built in to Backpack. So that's Backpack. It's the affiliate center that's built into that as well. Looking forward to getting into that as well. I have seen that in action. Eddie says, yay, ClickFunnels. Again, yay, ClickFunnels. Yes, ClickFunnels. Love it. It's so good, so good. Paul says, very cool. Now, I wouldn't be doing justice to the tool if I wasn't sharing ClickFunnels out. So if you guys want to go and try ClickFunnels, if you scroll down on rapidexecutive.com/live, there's a MailChimp, ClickFunnels, and the rest of my tools that I'm using, links in there. If you click on ClickFunnels, it'll take you to a page that'll have a video about ClickFunnels and give you a 2-week trial. In the 2-week trial, you get to play with Actionetics and you get to play with Backpack. So I guarantee if you go and test that out, you'll throw out everything else you're using, and you'll probably save money by everything else you're using. I've already clicked the affiliate link. Yeah, cool. Yes, it is definitely an affiliate link. I think they give me maybe 2 cups of coffee if you go and buy that. They give me nothing if you guys just go and click that. So go ahead and click that, but it does take you to your 2-week trial if you do that as well. So love it if you guys would use the link down below. Totally up to you. You don't need to. They don't pay me if you click the link. They only pay me if you buy something, and it's not very much. But they do have a very cool affiliate program for people who get serious. I'm thinking about that myself, getting serious. I think they buy you a car if you get really serious. I'm not sure if that would ever happen, but cool nonetheless. It's a game changer. It is definitely changing the face of email marketing, internet marketing, webinars, online sales, e-commerce, even offline stuff to funnel people. Everyone's talking about funnels. Everyone's talking about ClickFunnels. It's a awesome tool. It's definitely changing the way things are. If you go and check out that trial, the trial page, you will be entered into a funnel via ClickFunnels, the guys that do funnels. There is some awesome content in there. So the guy that created ClickFunnels is Russell Brunson. There's some eccentric things about him, like he's a Mormon. Not that there's anything wrong with that. He's got kids. He's into wrestling. He's a really cool dude. I love his stuff, but he is an absolute student of marketing. He knows the stuff back to front. I listen to him on Periscope. I listen to his podcasts. I watch him on YouTube. He's just a dude. He knows all this stuff, and he created ClickFunnels, so he's super cool. But you'll get to see some of that stuff if you go and check out the trial. He will have you pretty happy about ClickFunnels by the end of that as well. All right, so that's all I wanted to show you guys. I'll jump back. I've got a couple more slides just to quickly finish off on websites, and then we'll get out of here. All right, so quick recap. We talked about a $0 landing page you can do right now. You could have done on a separate screen while we've been chatting here. So something as simple as MailChimp already has the email integration or basically built in because it is an email integration tool. You can collect people's email addresses for free. You can pump people from Facebook, from Instagram, even from Snapchat over into that landing page. You can make it pretty, you can chuck a picture on there, it'll collect people's email addresses and you can market to them later. If you're trying to build some buzz for a product, even, you could do it that way as well. Let people know what you're building, when you're launching, all that sort of stuff. And when you go to launch, you'll actually have people rather than crickets. We jumped on the $100 website, so the old school version of using hosting, optimized press plugins, building landing pages from scratch with WordPress and things like that. Then we jumped into my favorite, what I think is the future-proof version of websites, being ClickFunnels. And I also showed you the preview of the new full 7-day rapid startup launch and membership site, which you can jump on that link here. All right, so to see all of the slides, as I said, rapidexecutive.com/live. The slides will always be there for each of the sessions. This replay and the links for all of these will be available for a few days until we click over and we're going to jump on next week's session. So we get in preparation for that. So it's a great day to start something big. Now, as I said, if you want to go and grab the full 7-day course, if you want to jump into that membership site, the price on that was $67. That's only the launch price. It's probably about half what I will be charging when we do finally go live to the public. But you grab all of that there. You guys will be a founding member if you want to jump into there. webinar.rapidexecutive.com/rapid-start-course. You'll see that beautiful ClickFunnels site that was made. Now, Gavin said he might have jumped ahead on the slides a little bit and has grabbed one of the sessions for a Skype call. I had one with Eddie the other day. I'm hoping that was great fun for you, Eddie. It was a good chat we had about all things business. Eddie is another fan of the Amazon FBA model as well, so we geeked out on that for a little while. I love talking about Amazon products and physical products, business, private labeling, all that sort of stuff. So if you guys want to chat with me, Gavin's grabbed a session tomorrow, and I'm fortunately for Gavin, he got me before I turned off tomorrow's session, because tomorrow's my birthday, but that's okay. I'll still chat with you. These sessions are free, 15 minutes. We'll jump on Skype or Hangouts. If you go to rapidexecutive.com/coaching, you just let me know your Skype details and you can grab a session. It syncs up with my calendar, your calendar, and you can pick a free slot where you're available and I will give you a call. Cool. All right, guys, I have nothing else. I had a lot this evening and I hope I got through it all. It's 5 minutes into my team meeting and I'm the leader of the meeting. So I do need to jump off. I'll check his blog out. Any other blogs, podcasts you recommend for entrepreneurs? I am a podcast fiend. Give me 2 seconds. Make sure my guys aren't here. Look at me, I'm on a webinar, I'm on my phone. I do want to show you something that's on my phone. I'm not being rude, but hopefully you guys can see this. I am a podcast fiend. Those are my podcasts that I listen to. A bit blurry. I'll get that less blurry. Maybe like that. Yeah, turn it on the side. There we go. We've got Tim Ferriss, Gary Vee, Russell Brunson at .com Secrets, which is marketing your cars. Very cool, very cool. Love the Fizzle Show. Love the Fizzle Show. So if you want something hilarious, actionable, and heartfelt for business, the Fizzle guys are awesome. Freedom Fastlane with Ryan Daniel Moran. He's awesome. He's a bit of an Amazon guy, but he's getting into these 7-figure business conversations, which is always cool to dream about. Then I have Scott Volker, The Amazing Seller. I love the Bulletproof Radio. I'm a Bulletproof seller, so I love Bulletproof Coffee. The Side Hustle Show, Nick Loper. It's awesome. The Art of Paid Traffic with Rick Mulready. I know about this speaking really fast, but you can watch these afterwards and slow it down a little bit. Russell Brunson has the Marketing Quickie Show, which is his Periscope that he repurposes as a podcast. I like listening to it because I can speed it up. I listen to all these on 1.7 speed. As you can see, I speak fast. I can listen fast as well. So I get through probably, yes, hello. My team meeting is starting now. Just quickly, I love Pat Flynn. He's awesome. I love Kevin Reiser at the Private Label podcast. I love the Startup podcast. One of my favorite Amazon podcasts to listen to. I shared with a bunch of these guys. Last week is the AMPM podcast with Manny Coates. It's hilarious. The guy's a scream. Very tongue-in-cheek, a lot of the stuff that he talks about, but he's very serious. He's a serious multi-seven-figure Amazon seller, and he's just a dude. I've seen some funky stuff on his Periscope. All right. Thank you for the great webinar. Thank you guys for coming along. I hope that was helpful. I hope that was useful. I do need to jump off and get on my team meeting. Managing a team is good for you, good for them. It's good to be on time. Thank you for another terrific podcast. Thank you, Paul. Shane says OMG. I'm not sure what that's all about. Barry says, thanks, Nathan. Enjoy our birthday tomorrow. Our birthday, your birthday. Gavin says, thanks, Paul. Tomorrow's still on. So good point. Tomorrow night is normally our bi-monthly, fortnightly in-person session. But tomorrow the Beecham Group are doing a architecture IT startups session. So it's a free session. You can go on their website, beechamgroup.com.au, and register if you want to go and find out all things Perth IT startup architecture type stuff. But it means that our room is gone. So apart from being my birthday, which is another great excuse for me not to be having another session, we will be reconvening in 2 weeks. So the in-person will be 2 weeks. So apologies for that. You would have seen that there wasn't a session set up in Meetup. I will get those sessions back running shortly, but we lost our room this time. So no session tomorrow night, but we'll still have these weekly. Next week will be an interim session. We'll talk about something cool. I promised the guys last week that I would show you a live funnel being built. By then I might be upgraded to the full version of ClickFunnels, which gives me thousands of pages because I've actually run out of pages in ClickFunnels. I've built out so many funnels already. I'm using some for e-commerce. I'm using some for these webinars. I'm using some for some courses I've created. I've run out of pages. So let me give you 150 pages, I think, on the first thing, which is a lot, but I've used them all already. So I couldn't show you last week. So I am looking forward to next week's session where I'll probably do a bit of a mastermind on ClickFunnels. Can you tell I love ClickFunnels? All right. Okay, guys, I've got to jump off. I will leave the chat open, though. If you guys want to talk amongst yourselves, I'll be still here as well, so I can chat. If you have any other questions, the chat box stays open till, I think, about 10 o'clock before I have to close it down before all the bots get in and we get spammed. But I do need to jump off and jump on my call. All right. Have a great week, guys, and I will talk to you soon.